You can give yourself a break and room to breathe and just be at your maintenance, but stick to those habits and remember that you have to keep trying and you have to keep going because you are not done. You are just on a break. You're not done with your journey. You're not where your goal is. You're not where you want to be. You're just on a break, and this is temporary. It's temporary, and you gotta keep going and you gotta keep trying. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a cut update slash how to deal with a plateau, or at least how I have dealt with my plateau, because for the past month or so, I haven't really lost any weight. I have perhaps gained a little bit of muscle back, but I have not been locked in. I have not been losing weight. I'm still 25 pounds down, which was where I was about a month or so ago. So yeah, we're gonna get into all that. I'm gonna tell you guys how I've kind of dealt with my plateau and moved past it, and I'm back on my shit. Okay, so around August, I think I hit, like, it was mid to late August, I hit 25 pounds down officially on my weight loss journey. So I started at 220 pounds and now I am at like 195, 194, somewhere around there. So that's about 25 pounds. But the thing with weight loss, and especially someone like me who has to lose upwards of 50 pounds, the issue is that at some point you are going to plateau because your maintenance calories gets lowered, right? So when I was at 220 pounds, my maintenance calories was like 2,500 or more with the activity I was doing, right? So I'm still lifting, I'm getting my cardio. My maintenance calories was like 2,500, maybe 2,750 or something like that, right? Now that I'm 195 pounds and I'm like 25 pounds down from that, my maintenance calories is like 2,250, like 2,200, right? So my maintenance calories has gone down like 500 calories. So that means that I now have to adjust my calories even more, right, to lose weight, which is not necessarily true. The point is that I have to be more locked in, right? Because now I don't have as much room to mess up, right? Like before I could, when I was at 220 pounds, 210 pounds, I could eat maybe 1,500 calories during the week and I could go on the weekend and even binge and I would probably still lose weight because I was still, you know, doing my activity, going to the gym, and I was still in a deficit during the week. So maybe I would lose like a pound or something, right? Now I can't do that. Like now I have to be way more conscious because I don't have as many calories to expend. So the bar is going down, so I have to adjust with it. Now, what I realized is that I have been plateauing for this past month because of that, because I haven't been as locked in. I haven't been as focused on getting my meals, getting my cardio, or whatever it is. Like I haven't been as focused on actually being in a deficit. I was losing motivation. I was getting more tired. I was tired of being in a deficit. I was tired of just being on this journey because it takes a lot out of you. I'm not gonna lie. Like being in a deficit, it takes a bit out of you, right? You're more tired, you don't sleep as well, and it's not the worst thing ever, you know, it's manageable, but it does affect your life and you do have to, you do have to make sacrifices to lose weight, right? And so doing that for a long period of time kind of sucks. So now I have been way more locked in for the past week or two. I've actually been on my shit and I've been back into it. But I realized that I was feeling burnt out. That's the phrase I was looking for. I was feeling burnt out. After losing 25 pounds, my body was feeling burnt out. My mind was feeling burnt out. I didn't want to do this anymore. But I knew I have to do it because I'm not where I want to be yet. I'm not at the end. I'm not done, so I have to keep going. But it was just like, I was just getting overwhelmed by that, right? So what I decided to do, and not even super intentionally, just it kind of just happened, is basically for the past month, I haven't really been tracking that much, right? So I lost motivation, haven't been as locked in, haven't been tracking, partially just because whatever, like, I haven't cared, but also because I think I realized I needed to have a little bit of a break. I think I just realized I need to eat a little bit more, take a break from being in a deficit and just going at it and losing weight, because now things are gonna get harder, right? I have to be more focused. I have to be on my nutrition more, be on my cardio more, because I just don't have as much room to slip up if I want to get to the body and the weight that I want to get to. So that's what I did. And now I feel actually, it's kind of like I unintentionally broke a plateau. Like I didn't really plan to do it this way. I didn't know how to deal with this when it came to me, when I realized that, oh, my maintenance calories are adjusted, I have to adjust, I have to do this. Like I didn't really know what to do, but I think I just kind of figured out that I needed a break, and so that's what I did. And so now I am losing weight again. Also, another thing, for this past month or so that I haven't been losing weight, I think I've put on a little bit more muscle that I lost back from when I was losing weight, because when you lose weight, you tend to lose a little bit of muscle. Even if you're super, super, super careful, you can still lose muscle, and I definitely wasn't always hitting my protein. So I probably lost a little bit of muscle, which I think I've now gained back. So I'm kind of a little bit more built up in the past month, and I feel like I look a little bit fuller in the muscle sense, if that makes sense. But I'm still at the same weight, which is good, because maybe I did a little bit of body recomp. I don't know. I'm just saying that I think this month was good for me. I think I needed it to kind of just like get my head in the game, to get my head like back in the game and get myself focused again. Facing a plateau is really hard, and I know that a lot of people struggle with it, and I know that a lot of people have faced it. And I think facing a plateau is when most people give up on their journey, because you kind of face a wall. You're like hitting a wall almost, and it's like you have all this momentum, right? Like when you're losing weight, you want to have this momentum, you want to keep it going, because if you stop, it's going to be a lot harder to pick it up, right? It's just like in the beginning of your weight loss journey. The reason it's so hard in the beginning is because you have no momentum, you have no results, you have nothing, and you just have to put all of your effort in, all your eggs in one basket, and just go for it, right? But once you build up the momentum, you start losing some weight, you gain more motivation, you gain more discipline, you just kind of get better at doing what you need to do. And then when you stop or you hit a wall, it kind of like reorients you, like it kind of disorients you, because you're like, oh, like this feels like, what it felt like to me was like the beginning of my weight loss journey again. And I was like, how am I here? Like, because I felt like I'd made so much progress, and I was like feeling so good, right? 25 pounds down, like I'm feeling a lot better, I can move better, I feel better, I look better, and I'm ready to keep going, and I want to get even better. But then it's like I just felt like I hit a wall. I just felt like all my momentum stopped. I felt like I didn't feel good about myself. I didn't feel like I was going anywhere. And so this is my advice to you. If you feel like you have hit a plateau, or you think you're going to hit a plateau, which will happen, if you have 40, 50, 60 plus pounds to lose, you will hit a plateau at some point, because at some point your maintenance calories is going to get adjusted. And not only that, it's just exhausting to be in a deficit for a long time. So at some point you're going to hit a wall, right? When that happens, don't throw in the towel. Just take a little break, right? And don't go back to your old habits, right? You still want to sustain all of the healthy changes that you've made in that time. And you can practice them even more, right? Like, for instance, that break that I took, I wasn't just going out and eating whatever I wanted. Yeah, maybe for a day or two, but for the most part, I was just kind of eating more. Like I was eating a little bit more, not in a deficit, not really too worried about it, right? I wasn't binging every day. I still was keeping the habits that I've built and, trying to keep the lifestyle that I've built, but just giving myself a little bit of a break to not feel hungry and not like be in a deficit. So if you feel like you are hitting that wall and you feel like you're worried, you don't know what to do, maybe you've lost 30 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever it is, but now you just feel like the momentum has stopped and like you don't know what to do, just give yourself a little bit of a break, but don't let it go too long. Do not let it go too long. You gotta reel that shit back in. You gotta reel it in, because otherwise you're just gonna get stuck there and you're never gonna finish your journey. I have done that, okay? I have done that. I have plateaued, I've hit a wall before, and I did not finish because I did not reel it back in, because I wasn't focused on the habits I built, because I wasn't focused on the end goal. Like I said, this has happened to me before, but I never dealt with it the way I did this time. This time it was a break. It was like, okay, this is whatever. This is a month maybe. But we're getting right back into it after this because we gotta keep trying. Keep trying. Keep trying. Like, that's all I had in my mind was just keep trying. But before, if this would have happened to me, I would have just been like, oh, whatever. I mean, like, I'm just gonna continue on with my life. And at the time, that meant binging, continuing to binge, continuing to gain weight, and not giving a fuck about what I was doing. The point I'm making is that you can take a break when you hit a plateau. You can give yourself a break and room to breathe and just be at your maintenance, but stick to those habits and remember that you have to keep trying and you have to keep going because you are not done. You are just on a break. You're not done with your journey. You're not where your goal is. You're not where you want to be. You're just on a break, and this is temporary. It's temporary, and you gotta keep going, and you gotta keep trying. And that's all I thought was like, okay, I'm not doing the best right now, and that sucks. I don't feel the best about myself right now, and that sucks. But ultimately, it is my fault, right? But also, if I need a break, that's okay. But this is temporary. This is right now. This is not forever. And I'm gonna keep going and I'm gonna keep trying until I fucking finish this thing because I can't do this for the rest of my life. Anyways, that's my advice on how to break a plateau. Sorry, I felt like I was just yelling at the camera for the past like 10 minutes, but honestly, that is my true advice. Like, I'm not an expert on this, by the way. I'm not an expert on this. I'm still learning in this area. I'm still trying in this area, as you can see. That's why I make these videos. And honestly, it's kind of crazy to even see like my face and how I look. For the first video I posted to this video is kind of insane. I'll put in a clip here, but eating whatever all the time, whenever I want, but that's not true happiness. Yeah, I look totally different. But the thing is, like, I still have a lot more to go. I still have a lot more to learn, and I'm continually trying. And I think that's all we can do. So just keep going, keep trying. If you guys want any more advice, or if you have any questions, or if there's anything you want me to like discuss, let me know. Otherwise, have a great day and I will see you in the next one. Peace.